got to give the people what they want. Welcome to another edition of Power to the People, to our audience in Buffalo on the radio, AM and FM, and to our audience in Atlanta, Georgia, and to all of you in between who are joining us on all of our platforms. Listen, I got an exciting show today. You got to stay to the end today. You got to stay to the end. We have an up-and-coming who's going to be something in sports, who's already something in sports, but really on a professional level, you'll be able to say one of his first interviews. Yeah, you saw.
Well,
right
he's
here.
he's done a lot. He's and it was funny because even when we did it, you could tell he was nervous, and then he got stronger and stronger. But he's in the culture now. He's already got sponsorships, so But like you said, it's glad we're on the ground level right now.
Here in our local area to have him on. So he'll be on in a little while. We're talking about, and because he's in high school right now, on his way to college, and you'll hear that interview, and what has happened in his life is amazing for a young man right here in Buffalo area. In Atlanta, you may never have heard of him yet, but I promise you, stay tuned to the end of the show because you will. And then we have one of the Board of Regents members who's going to be with us in a few minutes. Now, those of you in Atlanta, educational system in the state of New York, there is a body called the Board of Regents, and they make the educational decisions for the entire state. And we are going to be blessed with some information that's coming forward and just talking about education in general and where it's going, and does it still have its importance, especially with people of color, especially with our black and brown children. But it has been a huge week in the Supreme Court. All week long, there's been decisions coming out.
I know they were like, "Listen, we get ready to end this term. We get ready to go on summer break. So here, let's make it. Let's come through." There was 9 big ones. Now there might have been some other small ones, but there was definitely 9 big ones. And
what you got in front of you?
The first one I have up, of course, is the big one that has probably the biggest party split, which was the birthright citizenship decision, which was where the court ruled that birthright citizenship is protected by the 14th Amendment, and the president cannot eliminate it by executive order. So what it basically means is children born in the United States remain citizens regardless of their parents' immigration status, which was a huge blow to the president and other staunch Trumpites.
So these are people who were born on United States soil.
Yep.
And by the Constitution, they had a right to become citizens and to be here. Just as other countries, if you're born there.
Yes.
My oldest daughter was born in Panama, and she has dual citizenship because she was actually born in Panama and so she has it. So the president wanted to sign a bill to be able to say, you all have to leave.
Yeah.
And so imagine the nervousness of, I don't know how many people this affects, but I would have to say millions of people who were born right here in the United States, or most of its territories, and are considered as citizens who he said, we want to get rid of.
Yeah.
You got to go. And the Supreme Court said, absolutely.
And that's one of the most foundational things to our Constitution, and of you're born here, you are a citizen. Like that goes back, I think. I mean, of course, it was big, especially after slavery. 13, 14, 15 were big right after the Civil War, because a lot of us, we got brought over here, so we weren't technically citizens. But
I mean, they can be talking about, oh, y'all got to go too.
Right.
Every one of y'all got to go because your great-great-great granddaddy wasn't born here, but so would they.
Yep.
Only people would be here Be the Senecas and others.
And it's funny because as we're here on the eve of the 250th birthday, there's a couple funny things because I'm a history guy, so I've watched all kind of documentaries. But I heard somebody say something funny. It was like, it's not the 250th birthday for all 50 states. It's really only the 13 stripes because they were the ones. The 13 colonies were the ones that were birthed us, and I think, and the one historian said we're probably the first, if not the only, country at that point that have been created by documents.
Well,
everything else was generally war, conquer, and we were the first ones that wrote ourselves as a country.
We're at 250 years, and there's a big America's Fair going on in Washington that there ain't nobody. There's not a lot of folks there,
and you had like 10 states pull out, not
just
included.
Crazy. Speaking of the birthright, I just looked it up. Birthright citizenship also covers many people born outside the United States when at least one parent is a U.S. citizen who meets specific residents. Because this could have truly, now the good thing is my daughter was born on an Air Force base, but had she been born in town, this could have affected even her because of the fact she has dual citizenship. But I was in the military, so thank God for that because it could have affected that. President was on his new plane. I thought it was going to take much longer.
Yeah.
On his new plane, gifted to us by a foreign country that he gets to keep after he leaves office and is going in his presidential library. Do you know how big the presidential library must be? In order to put a luxury plane, and I mean other presidents have put planes or parts, but at the end of the day, it wasn't planes donated by a foreign government.
You know what? He can have it because I wouldn't want any of our next presidents to be on it. Like that, it was initially said to be retrofitted. By the time he was done, it's done within a year. Yeah, no, he can take that. Godspeed with that plane.
I'm a little nervous about that plane because but you know what? This is what folks voted for. This is what they got. He also just made a $2.2 billion in cryptocurrency.
I saw
him and his kids. No other sitting president. Usually their money is invested in what's called a blind trust.
Yes.
President does. You're the president. Look what they did with Chris Collins, because Chris Collins stood there and did a transaction.
Insider trading.
And they threw him in jail.
Yep.
Ended up, but
and if you really look at it, it's the same. In essence, it's the same thing you wanted to lock up Hunter Biden for, and Joe Biden, and all these other things, and you did the same thing. The business is ran by your son, and both of y'all benefited. So
this is where we're living at. Well, I do have a guest. We could. It's so much more. It's so much more. But so because we're talking about education today, we do have one of the New York State regents with us. I call him Brother Keith Wiley. Keith, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pastor.
How many regents are there?
17.
17 that all over the state. Give us a quick summary of what the Board of Regents for the state of New York does.
Ooh.
Or the general purpose.
We're 17 across the state. I represent the 8th judicial district, same as Judge Pridgen, and it includes all 8 counties. So it's broken up like that. We got 2 in Rochester and all over, and the basic.
Are you the only one that represents that area?
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Wow.
I think that's going to change.
Okay.
Because I think they're going to get another judge. I think it's going to change in 28. I think they're going to pull out Erie County.
Okay.
And have like for the suburbs, and then
we'll
see what happens.
Okay.
But I had worked down in Albany for 8 years prior to me getting elected to the Regents Board, or Professional Standards and Practice Board, which investigates teachers doing bad things, and it also studies the policies that the regents are going to make. We kind of like the think tank. We were a think tank. So I served 8 years, and I was surprised at what the Regent Board does. And speaking of history, the first regent was Alexander Hamilton.
Really?
Yes, Alexander Hamilton kind of started the thing as a look-see for colleges. And then it moved into like high school, schools, and whatever. And then it took a real big thing in that I think people really don't know. We're over 56 professionals.
Wow.
So whoever works in New York State to have a license, you got to come through the Board of Regents.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And my eyes was open. Just like when I worked on the Professional Standards and Practice Board, we would investigate bad teachers doing bad things.
Okay.
I mean, really bad things. So now I investigate doctors doing bad things, accountants doing
That's
bad
the Board of Regents.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Accountants doing bad things. Nurses.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say nurses.
Yeah.
We're going to pray for them
Yeah.
because they're doing some bad stuff there.
Wow.
Architects, accountants. 56
Anything with a professional license.
Anything with a professional
If there is a
license.
complaint, it comes to the Board of Regents?
Yes. Yes.
Never knew that.
Yes. And there's a lot of boards. Now, mind you this, here's something that a lot of people don't know about me. They say, "Oh, you must be in the money. You got to be making money." No, it's volunteer.
Board of Regents is volunteer.
Volunteer. You get no salary. You get
They pay your travel and all
they
that.
pay your travel.
And that's it.
That's it.
You were a teacher. You have been a teacher for how long?
I'm going on my 27th year.
And what do you teach your specialty?
I teach 7th and 8th grade mathematics.
You have been awarded either nationally or statewide
Yeah.
as one of the best math teachers
I've
in there.
Yeah, I've got so many awards that they're in the basement now. And I say that.
Were you always good at math?
Yeah.
Even as a kid?
Yeah. I was multiplying at 5.
Yeah, all that
Wow.
stuff gets jumbled up in my head. I can't do it. So you teach 27 years. Before the show, you said you have been in the same room
Right.
for how long?
20 all that time. 27.
Your entire career, you have been in the same room
One school.
at one school.
Wow.
Right.
How does the best teacher in the city, if not the state, you were awarded at the state level too.
Yes, sir.
How does the best teacher in the state get to stay in one school and every school wasn't trying to get you?
Well, I mean, it's even when we had the charter school next door. There's been offers to go. I taught college. I taught high school.
Yeah.
I would teach summer school. I even taught at Delavan Grider at the camp. So I wanted to teach everybody. And I tutored.
You
some of
tutored my
your-
son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only your son, your daughter too.
Yep.
Right.
That's where you're getting all the money from.
Right.
Gotta pay at the door. You walk in the door, you send the kid in the other room with the money in it.
Funny, but I've always enjoyed the school. We've had the one thing that we were able to do at Houghton Academy is when we beat city honors in the math tournament, and no other school had beat them.
Wow.
I remember you had it the Sunday paper
Yeah,
at
yeah.
church that morning.
Yep.
And you say, "Hey, you got to sign this." I'm like, "Sign what?"
Mhm.
Hey, no, you're the front page, and I think that's really started people started recognizing this dude is pretty good, and in 12 years we've won 7 times,
Wow.
and other 5 times we've been in second place.
Now, are you getting the premier students over there, or are you getting some of the students that have struggled in math and you bring it back up?
I'm getting students that come in the door, whoever comes in.
Wow.
We have made a transition. Remember, Houghton Academy is in the South Buffalo, Kaisertown.
Yeah.
So when I first started, it was really segregated.
Yeah.
And then we got the kids from Langfield to come through,
Mm.
and then now it's black, and then Puerto Rican kids come, and now all those kids mix, and now they have families.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've taught mothers and fathers, the whole family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I stayed there, and now we have the Arab kids coming in. I got
Yeah.
kids from the Congo, Bangladesh.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Is it easier, and it's just a random question,
Okay.
when children come and they're new to the country, Is it easier or more difficult to teach them than for our own children?
Here's the point. Where they're coming from, they know math,
Wow.
right?
And numbers are numbers. I just
Right.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 2 is a 2. Right.
Exactly.
Wherever you at.
So they know numbers. Their problem is become an English language learner.
Okay.
So once you get that going,
So these kids who are coming in, and we have a lot of new Americans in
Lots.
Buffalo, they're coming in already knowing math.
yes,
And is that a part of their culture or what their education was?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
and they're very good at math. So all I have to do is get them English language ready, and they're ready to go. And and now what's the difference between your question was what about our kids?
Yeah.
Our kids have a problem with math in that we had a pandemic that hit in 2020,
Okay.
and I don't think anyone understood the effects. So if
But it hit everywhere, Keith. It didn't just hit United States.
right,
It
right.
hit some of those countries in which new Americans are coming in.
Exactly. So our kids didn't adjust to that. They didn't have one. They didn't have. So if my kids had just graduated from 8th grade, they were in 3rd grade
Yeah.
when this happened.
Yeah.
They don't know their math facts.
Yeah.
They didn't get the cuddle love kind of stuff that most kids got growing up. Even the social aspects of it all. They had to stay in the house. What happened? They got computers and they said, "Here, learn with this."
Yeah.
That didn't help
Yeah.
because all he did was play games with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the difference with those kids that come from the countries now, they remind me of myself in the 70s.
Okay.
In that our parents told us, you have to get an education to make it.
Yep. Yep.
And so that was in our head.
Yep.
And I think that's why, I was successful because I knew, okay, my lessons come first. Our kids' lessons don't come first. Music, rap,
Come on now.
Wow.
okay,
Come on.
having fun,
But let's, and I know this is not even what this interview is supposed to be about, but
However
it's
it goes,
very
it's fine.
interesting. At the end of the day, you got kids coming in to the system. Are their parents math knowledgeable?
Some of them are.
Because to be very honest, you just named 2 of my kids you had to tutor.
Right,
I didn't have that skill.
right.
I had the ability to reach out and get somebody to do it. So I couldn't have ensured that their homework was right after a certain level. I couldn't ensure anything. Are these children, it's because culturally down the line, they have parents who could help and more involved in all those kind of things.
But another thing is this. I have a kid that was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
His father got killed.
Okay.
The mother with his 7 brothers and sisters came over here, okay, to be with the uncle that
Yeah.
had 11,
Okay.
right up the street up there.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of kids in the house.
Okay.
They help each other.
Wow. Teach. As far as schoolwork.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's helping everybody. It's one big family that's helping everybody. You say,
Are they doing good academically?
yes.
With 17 kids in the
Yes.
house.
No
Wow.
discipline problems or nothing. Wonderful children.
Okay, we going a whole
Oh,
different.
yeah, man.
We going in a lot of places, but
But
are you seeing discipline problems?
No.
Out of the, and I'm just
No.
gonna say new Americans to put a whole.
I like that, what you said.
with
No.
new Americans when they come,
No. It's funny.
even from war-torn countries.
Even from war, no, they don't talk back. They're respectful. So we had a situation where during some of their holidays, they need to go pray, and you said, "Well, pray in the library." But so it happened there was no supervisor, no teacher there that supervised. So at the end of the day, we have the period where everybody's going home. He said, Mr. Wiley, can we pray in the back of your room? Yeah, fine. I didn't think it was no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And they would pray. And then I saw my other students, some of my black students. Now they're friends. And they're teaching them what they're doing. And those kids, you see 4 or 5 guys praying, they won't even mess with them.
Well, here's the wild part. Art Eve, who's still with us, Art, I don't know if you remember, pushed for years to have this, was authorized, I guess, by New York State for kids to have religious time, right? And they could even leave the school. And he was trying to get True Bethel and Elam and others to open up our churches at lunchtime. Well, it was a logistic nightmare to try to get kids. But what I've noticed, and I'm not, I'll call it out, what I've noticed now that we have a larger Muslim population is that Muslims, they don't need New York State. They don't care. They're going to pray when it's time for them to pray. And I think, and this is why I give respect to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, that should be the way we as Christians are. We just don't have a set time, but still we shouldn't have to leave the place. It should happen, and you did it.
Yeah. And I was just getting ready to say, I was out getting some work done yesterday in the business, and he was like, oh, it should take like 10, 15 minutes. And then he looked at the clock. He was like, you know what, actually, give me 20. And then so I'm like, okay, cool. And then I looked, and he was out in the yard, business yard, and he was praying. And I was just like, I'm not mad. Like, and like you said, I think if you acknowledge it, we are accepting, because it should be the same right coming back to me. If I said, oh, hold on, give me a few minutes, I just need to go in the back. I need to, like you said, I don't need to go in there and be like, hold on, I got to go pray. Let me call on heaven.
We'll just go and pray.
In 2006. I had this thing, and kids were really like nervous about taking the exam.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, let's pray.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pray, and he would pray, and boom, boom, boom. Everybody passed. I said, whoa, let's do it again. So we that year we kept praying. And then it was kind of like, well, maybe I should stop because I don't want to get in any trouble, that kind of thing. But it was amazing what prayer did when they felt.
I thought you could, as long as you did not force children to do it, and you did not put,
Yeah, but I didn't push it. I said, well, but I always kept it in my mind that that's something that should be done.
Okay, so now you are still a teacher.
Yeah.
But you are a regent. A teacher is a regent. Is that common?
I am the only teacher that's on the board. Now that's amazing. Now we've got Regent members that were principals, superintendents. Some were teachers, but this was like 35, 40 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm the only teacher currently in the classroom that's on the board of Regents.
So before we run out of time, I got to get your regent mind. So now that you are there, what's the landscape? What's on your mind?
Okay, the first vote I had was on the DEI.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to take DEI out of New York State schools. We voted. My very first vote, we voted 17-0. I'm here. Then I got sued by Trump.
Wait a minute. You want to say that again?
We got sued by President Trump.
Okay.
For we have this mandate that if you're not a American Indian school, you can't use American Indian mascots. So we got the second month we got sued. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm really in it now. Mm-hmm. And then came substantial equivalency, which is things with our Jewish friends who don't want to teach math, ELA, social studies, and science to their kids. But if you get money from the state, it is.
Wait a minute, they don't want it taught?
They don't want to teach
Where do they learn it then?
They don't learn it.
Okay.
So we have a problem with that.
Okay.
And so that's called substantial equivalency. Every child in New York State should learn math, ELA, social studies, and science. So we had, there was protests and all that. And so it was like, oh, this is great. This is lovely. So The fourth month, we passed what's called a portrait of a graduate. So we changed the graduation measures for high school students.
Okay.
I got a lot of students that emailed me and said, look, I'm an honor student, but I failed in math.
Okay.
I can't graduate, which I think is totally unfair. Some people can't do Regents exams.
Okay.
Because we worked on that with Math A.
Absolutely.
And we worked on that with the Regents thing a couple years ago. I did a lot with the Regents work. But so we're going to change the atmosphere, and we want our students to be like, when we give a diploma for New York State diploma, it should be something that's relevant.
Okay.
It should be these people that get this diploma should be able to have a career or go to college, but be ready.
Okay.
Okay, should be problem solvers, communicators, collaborators, critical thinkers, and then we added personal finance. We added
As far as graduating, they have to have all it. All right. So what did you get rid of?
nothing.
So you still have the Regents test?
Still got the Regents.
Okay.
Still got the Regents.
So what
but
is
it's
this?
not the be all, the end all. So Regents is gone.
Okay.
It's the be all, the end all. You can still do it. Like personal mark myself, I would probably take.
But you don't have to.
You don't have
Now,
to.
I don't know if you remember when this became a mandate, I went to Albany with a group,
Okay.
with a casket, and I snuck it into the Regents meeting. We covered it up, and I had on work clothes. Brian gave me a wooden casket. We get in, and I open up the casket, and in it, there are names of students. And I said, you're killing the students. We got kicked out.
Wow.
And all that. Yeah, we got kicked. It's a picture right outside with me
Oh,
on
I
a
can't wait to
on
see
a on a pickup truck on my way to Albany with this casket and this van load of people. Thank God we didn't get arrested, but I was younger then and a little more rambunctious. And I always felt that when that was considered a be-all, end-all, and if you didn't have it, that it would kill our children.
Right. Yeah.
So now there's a different, and is this new?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
going to start. It was approved last July. We're going to do things with climate.
Mm-hmm.
And
What does that mean for the average listener out there? They don't know what you're talking about.
So we have to get our kids knowing about what's happening to our world.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about real climate change. and all
Climate
that. Okay.
change, you know, and citizenship.
So you are adding more of what a student would need to survive out here in the world.
Exactly.
What do you see as the climate right now when we talk about charter schools and we talk about, because that's been a big deal?
Charter schools, of the 291 schools I'm over in this area, charter schools are one of them.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with charter schools.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with if you a teacher and students learning, but I do have a problem if you do not perform above the district.
Okay.
If you're at 11% and the district's at 25%, I got to question your charter. What are you doing?
So here's a question.
Yeah.
They are inheriting children that came out of that system.
Yeah.
And so is it possible quickly to turn those children around? If I've been in a traditional school that maybe doesn't have the best scores, now I go to charter, what's the turnaround? Well, I know every child is different, but if you measure it by that, don't you penalize there's no penalty to the school district they came out of.
Your charter says that you're going to do better.
Okay.
That's the deal you made.
Okay. Fair.
Now, one problem is your entire staff is not certified.
Because charters don't have to be certified?
Not the entire staff.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. What's the percentage? You know?
I think they can have up to 15 teachers that's not certified.
15%?
15 teachers.
15, but each charter school has different amount of teachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and the other thing is this, and here's what a lot of people don't know. They don't have special needs students as a big population
In the charter schools.
in the charter school.
Okay.
We don't have the capability. We don't have the teachers. If you got special needs kids, your scores are going to be lower
Absolutely.
because
But then, I mean, and I want to say this, I've never ran a charter school. People thought Stepping Stone I had something to do with it. All I was a landlord. At the end of the day, if I'm running a charter school and you telling me I might be closed down because my scores are not better than public schools, and then I take in special needs students and my scores get lower, am I dang if I do, dang if I don't?
no, because your charter tells me what you're going to do. I'm
Got
going
it.
to look and see what percent is special needs, and I got a problem.
Got it.
I have a problem because special needs students, even though the teaching is modified,
Yeah.
the test ain't.
Really?
They say they take the same test as everybody else.
Didn't know that. You kicking knowledge.
Thank you.
So they're taking the same test.
Same test. It's not. Let it be modified. That's
Okay.
what I said.
Okay.
Let it be modified.
Okay.
Nah, we're not modified.
Who is saying nah? Board of Regents? Or
Not the Board of Regents as much as state ed.
state ed is saying no. What's the difference between Board of Regents and state ed?
State ed is the educational department.
Okay.
Yeah, many departments. This the commissioner that runs. Betty Rosa runs it.
So what's the difference?
We establish policy.
Got it.
They actually.
And then they have to implement the policy that
Yeah.
you all established.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the landscape of what you see, I don't know if you look at the country, and especially about African American students, where are we at? Are things getting better? Are things getting worse? Or at least locally?
Locally,
Because
That's
it's
a-
taking you
that's a-
so much time, that's scary to me.
yeah, that's a tough one.
Why?
Because,
Why?
Because I don't think the performance here is really, really good. It's not as bad as Rochester, but it ain't as good as Syracuse.
So Syracuse is doing better.
I think, from what I've seen. And
What
I
do
go
you
across-
What do you think? Why?
I think Syracuse. Well, one of the things Syracuse got going is that partnership with the chip technology.
See, I don't know. You got to remember, you're talking to people out here who don't know what you're talking about.
So you probably remember when Schumer, they passed the bill for chip technology. It was a big billions of dollars.
Okay.
So the corporation that came in and they said, well, we're gonna have it so our students at certain high schools learn this technology. Rebuilt the entire school.
Okay.
So these kids now, they learn as soon as they graduate, they got a job.
Okay.
We don't have nothing like this here.
So why not? Why are we not going to the Board of Education and to the leaders of the city saying we need?
I was with Dr. Mubenga last week, and I told him about my thoughts.
Even with Say Yes, we're not doing. I mean, because you got
It's
Say
not-
Yes.
I mean, Say Yes is cool, but it's not like a corporate. And it's like if Tesla would open up its doors.
Okay.
And, you know.
That was initially the plan. The Tesla was supposed to come in, and then it was like, okay, because they already saw our data was a certain
grab
level of
Burger.
low, then it was supposed to be like, okay, we got to get them to 7th grade math, we got to get them to 9th grade English, and if they couldn't, then they were going to create all these other programs for adults to be able to upskill to get there, and then
Then they put a solar plant there.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think this portrait of a graduate will help us get where we want.
Okay.
I think I was with Dr. Mubenga. I did a video for Williamsville School.
Okay.
They sent it to their parents. It's all on their website. Me explaining this is what I'm doing with you.
Yeah.
Explaining that, and I told him, I said, Doc, we need to get this in Buffalo so the people can know where we're going. This is where we're going. This is happening. By 2030, this is how you're going to graduate. So I'm running around all over Western New York telling this story about Portrait of a Graduate.
But you telling the story, we know it's in Albany. We know that some suburban district. When are we hearing about it in Buffalo?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm here with you.
Good.
I was with Dr. Mubenga. I got all
Do you
doing
already have a video other than the one that you did for that district?
No, I just got that one. You
Why?
want to see it?
No, why don't you have it? Why aren't we sharing it all over the place? The Regent, so this is my encouragement to you.
Okay.
And you go to a church that has AV and everything else.
Right.
Why can't we record that so that our children and parents are already hearing that?
Well, this just came out a couple weeks.
Okay, so let's get it going.
I'm with you.
I would love to sponsor that and have our team work with you to make a video.
Fun.
And then you could share it everywhere else, because you as our representative on the Board of Regents, we want to know. Yeah. And I thank you, because in all fairness, you did ask to be on so that you could talk about this.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you, and I just want to get out that information as far and wide as we can.
One other thing that I'm trying to do,
yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Okay. One other thing I'm trying to do is, I don't know what I want to share first. When I interviewed for the Board of Regents, I was asked, what fun thing you want to do? What fun thing would you do to change the atmosphere in the classroom? I said, let's have new desks and chairs.
You said have what?
New desks.
Oh, new. Okay.
And chairs.
Yeah, you got to talk right in that mic.
Yeah.
I won't even say what.
And chairs.
Yeah.
Because those students are sitting in the same stuff that you and I.
Wow.
I'm 71, you 61.
Yeah.
Right? We sat in the same ones 50 years ago.
So you said new desks and chairs.
New, in DU, they invited me in. I saw their classrooms, and I go, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
Because it's the atmosphere.
It's the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting in a room for 5 hours on the same hard chair? You can't.
We
learn.
did a show at was it Canisius or St. Joe's? Where
Which one? We did Canisius
that had
and
in
Nichols.
they had a really nice conference room.
Oh, that was at Nichols.
And that was Nichols?
Yes.
So Nichols, and the atmosphere in that room reminded me of corporate America. And of course, my daughter graduated from Nichols.
Right.
It always reminded me of where they were going.
Yeah.
Not where they are right now. So that's I would have never thought about that. But of course, as a 27-year teacher, now Keith, I'm running out of time. Somebody told me something about you the other day.
What's that?
In a meeting that had nothing to do with you. You haven't always been a teacher.
No.
I heard you were a bigwig in corporate America.
Right. I spent 20 years as an investment banker.
That's what I said. I'd never heard this.
At 30, I was vice president of Gold Dome.
You are kidding.
No.
Now, Gold Dome, for those who don't know Gold Dome was a major bank here in the city of Buffalo.
The largest in the country.
Was it the largest?
The largest.
And at
S&L.
30, you were a vice president?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens? How do you go from, because this guy told me about how you invested money for people and they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
This was a guy,
Yeah.
So you went to teaching? You don't make as much as a teacher as you do as an investment banker.
When my first check at Gold Dome, I was making $150,000
at 30 years old.
Yeah, things happen.
Okay.
Let me just say, things happen. Gold Dome closed. That was the first.
Okay.
And I had a severance.
Okay.
And at the same time, I became a single parent.
Okay.
Of my 2 daughters.
Got it. Okay.
So I had to change.
Because I heard you were traveling all over.
Oh, man.
Did this person not tell me your business?
Oh, yeah.
They said Keith would travel all over.
Yeah. I would leave here, go to Atlanta, end up in New Orleans, and come back at night and play basketball at the gym.
Unbelievable.
It was nice.
So you got your 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And then what? And then you how did you discover the passion to teach? Because you have a passion for it.
So Elsie Fisher,
I remember,
was the principal of the Alternative.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, why don't you come down and put your little suit on, your little briefcase, and see what you do with these kids. So I said, hey, I come in, hey, anybody want to learn math? And said, get out of here, goofy.
Right.
But one little girl,
yeah,
she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And she said, I want to graduate before I have my baby.
Yeah.
And so I said, come on. And next thing I know, we had 60 kids in my room.
Wow.
All learning. And so they got wind of it downtown.
Yeah.
He said, you want to teach? I said, I never thought about teaching, but I'll give it a go. Sent me to Houghton Academy.
And that's how you started.
And that's how I started.
So when I taught schools, same type of thing. I went in as a sub. They thought, they were monitoring my class because, it's a Spanish sub.
Right.
After a week, the principal says, do you want to teach? I want you to go down and interview for a temporary teacher job because you're great with these kids.
Right.
And that's how I ended up in Buffalo Public Schools. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I didn't want to do this, you know. But your story is amazing. My time is up, but we could have talked about and we want to have you back. And especially, please reach out to us when something new is coming. Even if we can't get you live, we'll get you on the phone. It could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes to keep our people informed.
Universal pre-K.
Yeah.
Is here.
Yes.
It's here.
So I got so much because I want to ask you about how that affects places like CAO and all of that. Does that help them or does that harm their numbers possibly?
We just want kids to get in school by the age of 3.
I love it. Okay.
And we're going to talk
not
about
have to
that
pay.
one.
And not have to pay. And that's all over New York State.
Yes.
And that's because of our governor, our board of regents.
And we voted for
everybody, and you all voted for it. So, Keith, thank you so much. Listen, stay right where you're at. We got this young man that I'm telling you is going to be famous. He's already famous, but superstardom is on the way. Stay right there.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
Every story starts somewhere. For Elijah, it started here. Every early morning, every late night, even when nobody was watching. From 0 stars to 4 stars. Now, the next chapter begins. Not as the finish line, but as something great.
Growing up in Buffalo, New York, all of our dreams started here on this very field. And that was to play college football one day. And I just want to give a thanks to Jesus Christ for allowing my dreams and my visions to come true. Decision day, July 3rd.
Elijah Kimble, the commitment.
Well, as you could tell by the announcement video we just played, I am here with someone who's getting ready to make one of the biggest decisions of their life, Elijah Kimble. Welcome to the Power to the People to the show.
Appreciate you for having me, Coach.
Let's get right to it. This Friday, this week, whenever somebody watches this, July 3rd is going to be one of the biggest days of your life in your football career, right? What's going through your mind right now?
Just a sense of gratitude. You know, this time I've been wanting since a kid, having an opportunity to go play Division I football at a great university. So just a sense of gratitude, number one, and just ready to have fun, man, and make it a memorable day for not only me, but my city, my family, my coaches, everybody.
Absolutely. And I know you have narrowed it down to the top 5 schools. Tell our audience, you're on in Buffalo, Atlanta, and everywhere in between. Tell the audience, what are your top 5 schools that you're choosing from this week?
Syracuse, Boston College, Indiana, UNC.
UNC, North Carolina,
North Carolina.
The Tar Heels of North Carolina. So when you first started playing football, and those who are watching and streaming, they saw the clips of you playing at Johnny B. Wiley Stadium. Did you ever imagine you would be in this position?
To be honest, nah, not as a kid. But like my freshman year, I kind of had like a sense. But I mean, I always spoke positive over my life. When I was a kid, I said I wanted to go play college football. And so I guess this is the plan God had for me, and I'm just walking the steps to get there.
That's cool, man. Listen, I have had the pleasure of coaching Eli since he got here at a freshman here at Canisius High School. And every year I would give him a speech of what I needed from him this upcoming year. And because you took the crown at such a young age, it was sometimes hard to remember, like, you're only 14. But for the last 3 years, you have led our football team. What's one lesson that you've learned while you've been here at Canisius and in the football program that you'll carry with you as you go on to your next steps? And you still have senior year, but what's some of the things or one thing that you will take with you in the future?
Just how to be a leader. When I came in, I was a freshman. Didn't really know how to speak up, but I had a great first senior group: Kevon, Kyrie, Dyrell, Poppy, all the guys. So they helped me get that voice and helped me and encouraged me to be a leader from a young age. So I definitely say leadership, the importance of loyalty, stuff like that. Just having patience with football, life, stuff like that. So.
And I would agree. I've had the pleasure, like I said, it's got you at 14 and being able to see the maturity and the maturation, not just on the field, but off the field. So I'm even honored to be doing this interview. And I'm sure even another 3 to 4 years, we'll look back and be like, man, he is so much further than this moment right now.
For sure.
So let's talk about the recruiting process. What has surprised you the most? Because I think right now, what are you up to, about 40 Division I offers?
Yeah.
So what has surprised you the most about this process?
What surprised me the most? I don't really think anything surprised me, to be honest, when I think about it, but like just getting up there and seeing those universities and seeing like how the players take care of their bodies and like the facilities and everything that goes into being like a real true athlete is like, I definitely say that's probably the most surprising part.
Now, is your favorite campus that you've been to in your top 5?
My favorite camp? Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, we're going to try to save all the hits for us for 6:30 Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay. What was there a particular moment as you made the decision, as you were visiting these campuses, that you finally decided? Because I think you've been on 5 official visits. What was the moment you were like, I've made my decision, I'm ready to make a commitment?
The moment I really got to know like the coaching staff and like really got to sit down, just kick it with them, talk to them, and then when I would chill with the players that were already on the team, that was when I was like, all right, I can fit in with these guys. This is 11th place, so that's when I'm like, yeah, this for me.
We're transitioning to a little football. How did they talk about kind of going from the big man on campus in high school to coming in and possibly being running back 5 in the room and having to work your way up? How did they talk you through that when you went to these campuses?
It's really not a running back 5 situation. They want me to come in and play as a true freshman. They see me being able to return kicks, just come in and have an immediate impact as a freshman because of my skill set. So,
did that play into the decision?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So let's talk about football. How would you describe your game if someone hasn't seen you play, or is there a running back that's in the NFL now that you could give somebody comparison?
I say I'm just a dog. Like, I get out there and I will talk my talk, but I definitely back it up too. That's one thing that majority of coaches like about me. Like, I'm a real dog. I'm gonna get out there. I don't care what we playing, 7-on-7, flag, any sports, basketball. I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna talk my talk because that's just how it is coming from where I come from.
Yeah, and trust me, we have been working on that for 3 years.
For real.
We have enjoyed that, but that is a part of the game, and that was sometimes where we even had to educate some other coaches. Like, we can't coach that out of you. That's a part of who you are. So, yeah, I mean, it's cost us some flags,
but it's chill. It's chill.
And we good. So what would you say thus far has been your hardest thing to overcome on the football field?
On the football field, I'd say just having new teammates every year and like seeing players come and go, and it's in the back of your head like, okay, are we going to be good this year? Is it worth staying? That's probably just been the hardest thing because football takes care of itself. God gave me the ability to be a good player, so I know I never had to struggle with that, but it's just small things like that.
Okay, so let's transition to off the field a little bit. I'm going to ask you the same question, but what would you say as people get to know you? What was the hardest thing you had to overcome off the field?
Off the field, just wondering if I really wanted to keep playing football. It was definitely times where I'm like, okay, is this really for me? Do I want to go all the way with this and make this just the journey for my life? And I made some mistakes when I was a kid, like a freshman and stuff off the field. So dealing with that and everything people had to say as a young kid, it was like, okay, don't let it get to your head. But God seen my mistakes and he just kept me and allowed me to keep going. So
yeah, and because we would be playing games in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and they would be bringing up. We like, how did they find out?
Oh yeah,
so, so this is a moment you get to shout out some of your biggest supporters on the journey, and who is in that village that got Elijah Kimble to this moment.
I'm going to say first, I'm going to start off with, of course, my parents, my mom, my dad. My dad, first one to ever put me on the football team, made me decide what team I wanted to play for when I was a kid. So that for sure. And then my mom, of course, superwoman. No matter what her son did, she always had my back. My auntie, she came all the way back from North Carolina when she found out my mom was pregnant. So she's been a part of this journey just as much as my mom. That's really my second mom. But really, the two that did it for me, my grandmother and my grandfather. I'm talking about pushing 70. They don't care. They get up early in the morning, taking me to school, practice, making sure my hair is done.
Yeah.
Just giving me life lessons. My granddad to take me fishing. My grandma had me running around the shopping malls with her when I was a young kid. And I wanted to go play with the toys. My big brother, Devon, when I first started playing football, he was a quarterback. And he gave me something to chase because when I was coming in, they was like, oh, yeah, you're going to be just like your big brother and stuff like that. So he gave me some stuff to chase, man. I'm gonna definitely have to shout out my little league teams, GC Cowboys for sure.
Yeah.
Coach Bish, my guy. Long live my coach.
Yeah.
Coach Chops, them 6 inches when you get in trouble or them wall squats. Ain't nobody want to do that, but that's what turned us into dogs because, everywhere else they might give you a pat on the back, but they treated us like grown men from a young age. So definitely shout out to those people in my community.
Well, let's just add on now. Those got you to Canisius. Who at Canisius is in that? As you continued this far, who has been in your village and had your back?
The whole coaching staff. Bryce Hopkins, y'all could hear him on the intercom sometimes when we get to scoring and stuff like that. Just everybody at Canisius from the moment I was a freshman all the way to going into my senior year, everybody has been very supportive, and that's one thing about Canisius. It's a very loving place. And coming in as a freshman, you might be a little nervous, but I'm telling you, when you get here, it's easy to cook people like that. So just everybody here.
Yeah, and it's amazing, again, for those that don't know, you've set every rushing record here, rushing touchdowns, rushing yards in a season. And behind us on this wall is those who have played Canisius football and their jerseys have made the NFL. Are you excited and anticipating for one day your jersey being hung up in this school?
Definitely excited for my jersey to be hung up in this school. I wouldn't mind if my high school number got retired, man. But I'm definitely excited to one day have my jersey up here in this cafeteria and everybody can see, that it's a long line of history and it's obtainable.
What is something? There's a little fun question. What is something that most people do not know about you that's not football related?
That's not football. I'm a real outside guy. I just text my group chat the other day, yo, let's go tackle some deer or something. I don't know. I just like doing fun stuff. You gotta make life fun. You get one life, so go have some fun with it, man.
So you like being in the woods and all of that? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you. I retract my statement from tackling them deer though, because when they stand up, they're bigger than you think. So,
wow. Wow. Sure. Was not expecting that answer at all.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about leadership already. But as you've gone through this and approaching senior year, what advice would you give that 8th grader, that little Luke running back or player, that incoming 9th grader who dream of being where you are? What advice would you give them, or what advice would you give yourself if you had to go back and speak back to you at that age?
I just tell them come in and don't be scared. Like it's possible to play as a freshman no matter what level you on, and it's possible to be a dog and just earn your respect from everybody, but at the same time being humble about it. I wasn't too humble about it. So
I'm glad this is advice he would give himself.
Yeah, definitely be better than me when you do it, man. Cause when I was a freshman, I'm like, yo, I'm on varsity, man. Then I start scoring in the games. I'm getting 200 yards. I'm like, that guy, but you know, it's you can be definitely confident about it. Don't be too cocky, because I'm telling you, they come back and bite you. I learned that a couple of times.
Yeah.
But,
It's one of my favorite lines. You got to stay hungry and stay humble. And,
For sure.
And that humble just is always that remembering where my gift and talent came from. And as you said, that's that credit to God, credit to your village. So I think that's a lesson, again, that you had to learn. And, you know, I'd always said, like, hey, man, at any given moment, all this can go away.
Be gone.
It can be
Sure.
gone. So I'm glad some of these, like I said, it's part of that maturity, and I am grateful for seeing that in you. Let's look forward to look back forward at what excites you the most about playing on Thursday and Saturdays for the next few years.
Just being able to represent my city. Like, coming from Buffalo, it's not too many times, and I thank God for this, it's not too many times where you'll have a kid with 40 plus offers and he got a real chance to go play as a true freshman. And I said when I was going into my freshman year, like July 2023, like I really wanted to be somebody like that kids could look up to. So most important thing for me is them kids being able to turn on the TV and point him out like, yo, he's from where I was from, played on the same little league teams that I'm playing on. So that's just what excites me the most, like just being somebody that kids could look up to, and people in the community could be like, yo, he came from here and he really out there doing it.
Cool. So beyond football, do you know what you're going to study in college at?
Yeah, sports management.
You're going to do
Yeah,
your
one day I
major in
want to
sports
handle my
management?
own contracts and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm tired of getting that 5%. For real.
Hey, but listen, we still got to have a team.
No, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to have an advisory team. Okay.
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 At 5%.
Yeah. Without giving away your choice, what can people expect from the program that you're going to gain when they get Elijah Kimble?
It's just a real dog. Like, that's all I can say every time. Like, I'm going to come out there and I'm going to bark, but I'm going to definitely bite. So I'm going to come out there and I'm going to just give it everything I got, because I know just like this, it'll be gone. So just go out there and just kill everything in front of me. That's how I go about it.
So, and this is the final question. In the announcement, and I've seen your mom posting it all week, you're sharing it. It's open to the public.
Yeah, definitely open to the public.
Which is generally a big deal, because normally it'll be a closed event. It'll be, you know, just the coaches and the small family thing. This is open. And I think you posted, like, now bring the young people, bring the kids, right?
Yep.
So what about that younger generation and the community being a part of watching your commitment, what message are you trying to portray to them on Friday night?
I'll tell you, kid, every time I see him, like, I was just seeing his shoes not too long ago. Like, it felt like yesterday. It was 2016. I just won my first ring. I was just starting to play football. Like it could happen that quick. Like, your life's gonna fly by, and then sooner or later it's gonna be like, okay, I'm in high school now. Let's go do it. I'm trying to get to this Division I level. So that's just all it is, man. And Buffalo's been through a lot. So me being the highest recruited player ever to come from here, I just want to share it with the city, because, like, I'm big on my city. Like, I got it tattooed on me. Like, they poured a lot into me, a lot of love and support coming from everybody. So I just want to share it with the whole city.
And I will say, you know, we've been through a lot here at the school. You mentioned one of the seniors that you had your freshman year. We lost him, and we had to deal with that. We had to deal with teammates who had transitions in their family. And I know I said it was the last question, but I think one of the things, people see us for the sports. They see us for the football. They see us, you know, wanting to get out of here and on athletic scholarships. Talk about the brotherhood and the family that gets developed here at Canisius.
The brotherhood is something special. I'm telling you, like, we talk about it all the time. I'm grateful for every team I played on, but that 2023 team,
Yeah.
man, we talk about it all the time. Like, yo, that was serious. Like, just sharing those moments, going to practice, goofing around. We get to the locker room, just play fighting, water fights, just everything. Like, we even had days where we all would have skipped school together. Like, and got caught on the bus, got to pull the yellow thing, let the homies off. Like, yo, we just got caught. It's over. But just sharing those moments, man, and like when things get hard, knowing you got a brother to lean on and he won't judge you just because you crying and y'all cry together, just stuff like that. Like, it's a serious brotherhood for sure. And those relationships go last forever. So.
It's been a pleasure. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I can't wait for senior year. Hopefully we win one of these before you get out of here.
For sure.
And bring another one to Canisius, another one to Buffalo, another one to Western New York. But we hope to get another one. We got work to do this summer. And I'm going to throw it back. We're going to go to commercial. And when we come back, we'll finish the show. Thanks, E.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo: 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free 877-885-7734. Or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
Man, what a powerful interview, powerful young man. You coach him?
I've coached him now for 3 years. We're going into our 4th year. Elijah Kimble has been a joy to, well, not always a joy, but watching the maturation and the maturity and the leadership he's taken on since he was 14 is amazing.
Well, thanks. It's been another great show. Thank you, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes and Dr. the Hobsons, the doctor of dry cleaning. Until next week, power to the people.
Got the